So this is a Cassio versus Aurelian Sol game. It's a game where we both scale. We both scale quite well. So we need to make sure that we scale harder and sooner. Um, Most of this lane phase is quite standard stuff. If anything, I actually misplay this lane phase, the early one, quite badly. Um, in a normal matchup like this, especially one where I do have a bit of priority, I could have just froze and zoned. But, it's the first game of the day, so I'm not fully awake yet. Still making newbie moves. But it's fine. The very least I'm getting in is I'm getting some poke in and keeping priority at least. I'm most likely going to get ganked a few times in this lane phase. So this is the downside of bad wave management. You will get ganked. You just invite junglers. It looks like we definitely have a weak side already. The bot lane is probably going to be weak, which is fine. I mean, every game, one side is going to be weaker than the other. And there comes a gank. So this is about what bad wave management leads to. So if you're unsure what it looks like, this is what it looks like. If you've seen this situation a few times in your games, you're probably doing the same thing. You're probably not managing your wave properly. See, I was too heavily shoved. I got ganked easily. Luckily, my jungler did clean up, so it didn't cost me too much, and Sol didn't get the kill. Echo did get the kill, but it was bad play from my side. So in this game, I'm gonna try to, besides die stupidly early, I'm gonna see if I can find a way to starve Sol from as much CS as possible, while at the same time taking as much as I can myself. So now I'm trying to freeze the wave a little, what I should have done from the beginning. Just freeze and harass, that's it. Make it hard for him to farm. See? Nice little trade there. The thing about freezing is though, you don't want to freeze the whole time. It doesn't, it actually works against you when you freeze the whole time. See, if I was going to make a play, or roam, or ward, then this shove would have made sense. But I didn't really do anything besides harass him on the turret, which is not really the smartest move to do, but it is what it is. Normally you want to shove in, go get some priority on the map, whether it's, roaming, whatever. See, like if I had warded, as I should have done, which I didn't, I wouldn't have died to that gang too. So, but by this point, I'm starting to wake up. I'm starting to actually see I'm noobing it, and I'm going to get shit on if I don't change the way I'm playing. So I TP back. I've been holding my TP. I had a feeling that I was going to do something stupid and die, so I didn't want to lose too much when I do that. So I'm gonna try to roam bot, see if I can salvage this game a little on myself. I've not played it well up to this point, so I need to turn it around. I don't know why Echo's just standing there. I don't know, whatever. We get a nice little 3-man R. We get a flash. We get a kill. So good. SS Soul. I can't follow it, but I can at least press it hard enough that he might cancel his roam. So it's important to always SS. It's not always for their lane, it's really for your lane. Because that person goes and does something and they do it successfully without you assessing, it comes back and punishes you with that crap, you know. So he'll come back with the lead that he gets over there and use it against you. So it's a common thing I see. A lot of people don't assess their lanes, either because of the fact that they went from base, they went from wherever. It doesn't matter where they went from. They're not in the lane. Assess the lane. It's a simple thing that prevents, you know, someone else from dying, but also from your laner getting bigger. So now I've got my control down. I'm a little bit more confident. I can lean on this side now. So now I can play a little bit more aggressive. I have a control on the bot side. I have Heka on the bot side. So just to be safe, I'll drop a ward on top as well. So I'm going to push hard now. If I can kill him, I can kill him. If not, I can at least try to starve him off as much CS as possible. See, just chunk him a little, that's it. Don't have to overcommit. I know Echo's on bot side, so I've got some safety net there. But I do got to keep an eye on him just in case he does rotate to mid. Alright, Heka died bot as well. Yeah, so now I gotta focus on what's happening on bot now. Echo's most likely gonna rotate if he sees me overextending. Now he's recalling. So I've got a nice little CS lead, about 20 CS lead. So just keep trying to, you know, push him off as much farm as possible. I'm gonna shove this in hard. I think he has TP, so I want him to use the TP. Yeah, he uses TP. Oh, he's engaging. He loses this. I've got a kit lead and everything, and a wave. That was stupid. But that's it. Like, when you keep starving people from CS, they're bound to make mistakes. They get frustrated, they get annoyed, and eventually they'll outplay themselves. See, I know they're doing Drake, but I'm not going near it. I'm just shoving this in and getting Heka some priority. Heka's doing Rift. There's no point me going near a Drake when my jungler's not going for it. So I'm just going to watch what's happening on top. I've got a TP, so I'm holding it. I don't think there's any reason to use it. Keep farming, keep starving. I'm slowly building my 20 CS lead to a 30 CS lead, so that's it. I'm snowballing, slowly. So now I see Heka hovering. So if he does make the play, then I'm going to be ready to react. Yeah, he made the play, so I just made sure he couldn't go off that way. So I'm going to follow him this way. He flashed, I flash. Now this part's important as a Cassio. When you Q and your Q connects, you don't want to E straight away. You want to hold that E and use that movement speed to close the gap. Because then you can get a second E in. And you may not even get your first E in. If you Q and E straight away, there's a chance that you might connect, there's a chance you may not connect, but at least if you Q and then use that movement speed, you'll close as much of the gap as possible. So if you can't get that first E, then at least you'll be close enough to potentially get the E again. Get back into range, so it's just making sure you keep that range. Like in that case, I Q'd him, but I may not have got my E if I tried to E him. But instead I just continued to move. I just wanted to close that gap so I could get the E in and then kill him. Now this was a bad TP, but it kind of played out well for us because they used their TP as well. See, there's 4 of them bot now, which, you know, it sounds bad, but it gives us some pressure on the map. See, I got kill, so it's still worth for me, but I gave a big shutdown, so arguable. But they're 5 bot now, which means that we can do what we want on the map. Unfortunately, our Garen is still freezing while Jace is down here and Jace is dead. I don't know why. But yeah, in situations like that where your laner has gone somewhere else and died, shove the lane, crash the wave. You don't want to be freezing. You're getting nothing out of freezing at that point. So Echo's huge, so Echo's gonna kill Kalista again. So at this point, I'm getting big. I'm gonna take the side lane. There's no reason for me to be in the mid lane after I've dropped the mid turret. It's just pointless. It's better for me to be on the side lane at this point. If it comes down to it and I have to 1v2, I can 1v2. So I'm still here. I want to press this wave in. We've got a Drake coming up. I want this wave shoved in before the Drake. So I'm going to hard shove. So now main focus is getting priority for this Drake. We've got the wave shoved in. Let's clear vision. Let's make sure that we're well positioned for any fights. Especially as Cassio, you want to be at objectives first. And we caught Echo. We've got Karma as well. And that's it. It's a free Drake. Now I'm just going to zone Sol. I don't really want to chase. I don't want to fight him. I just wanted to think I will fight him. See, I've still got my ultimate. So I'm confident now. See, I know Karma's dead. And I know Kaisa cannot hold herself against me. See? People will always overcommit for that cannon. I know I've got my Scepter passive. So even if I take a turret hit, it won't kill me. So now I'm just watching to see if my team are going to follow that. So I can see Naughty, Kalista, they're all rotating top. So I'm going to TP in as well. And we get Echo. It's a free Herald. So now I can see a play on top. We got Heka here. We got Garen here. Naughty's not too far off. I was planning to just sit in the bush, but he hit the plant, so he saw me. But for some reason, this Jace outplays himself. But it's fine. So another nice thing about Cassio is if you hold your R just a little longer, you're more likely to stun them, because the first thing people do when they come near Cassio is they turn. So if you R straight away, most likely they're going to turn you. But if you hold it just that, 1-2 seconds, even a few seconds, let the fight, flow a little, you're more likely to get a successful R. So here, luckily, Garen helped me shove the wave, get the first turret, so this was able to shove into the second turret, which now allows it to shove into the third turret. And this is worth for us, like this is big. So when you're playing against a scaling comp, what you really don't want is for them to get anything on the map. You want to try to suffocate them as much as possible, so they can't really get anything on the map. They'll get frustrated, they'll outplay themselves, but at the same time, each time they die, they put themselves further behind. They have more and more to scale. But also same thing for yourself. Like if you have a lead, it's easy to get cocky, and that cockiness is what can get you killed. So you gotta protect that lead too. So it's the same way both sides. So here I'm trying to hold the blue. I want Heka to take it. Then I'll just take the buff. Sol's dead. We've got 5. We've got Baron buff. So it's really on us what we want to do. Another thing is always respect the majority call. Whatever most of them go for, just follow. It's not worth going to another play because you think it's the right play. Because stuff like this can happen. They can engage on you, and if they engage on you, you got nothing around you. But because I know most of my team is at Drake, it was always going to go badly for them. I didn't die, but even if I had, it still would have been a Drake for us. So now there's no point chasing kills, nothing, just get the objective. Simple. A lot of the time I see people overplay. They get 2 kills, then they want the next 2. It doesn't matter, you got 2, the other 2 are too much investment, don't bother. Get the objective. You've got the priority now. So here, same thing, I'm going to just try to push this wave just out a little, just so it doesn't come on the turret. Like I said, I'm trying to suffocate them from any resource on the map. So that includes turrets. I don't want to give them anything. So I'm just checking Jace didn't overstay. Shove this wave out, move on. So we have a Nash that we can make. Garen's on bot side. Somebody has to stop him. So we know they had vision there, so we have an idea of them knowing we're here. So I'm not going to coin flip it. If they do show themselves, I'm going to try to kill them or zone them or something. So Heka followed luckily, so this was easy. Yes, we lost Callista, but we killed both of them and got prior on the Nash. We could have just kept doing it, but then, you know, there's a risky coin flip there. What if Heka loses the smite battle? I don't like trusting randoms. Heka's a good player, no disrespect to him, just generally. I don't like to trust randoms, so I try to make sure whichever way I can make that play as close to 100% as possible, I'll try that. If it means zone people, if it means, you know, try to go for the kill, whatever, I'm going to try to guarantee whichever play we're doing the best we can. So here I'm trying to soak as much pressure as I can. So now I see I've got most of them on me, but I've soaked it long enough that my team can follow up, and it's easy. It's just easy cleanup. Unfortunately, Heka dies here. He does die here, but it's fine. The main thing is the turrets. Both Garen pushing bot, me pushing top, and bot lane pushing mid. So we can get quite a few things here. So there's Garen's turret, there's my turret. Now I want this inhib as well. Clean. So here I'm trying to just dodge as much damage as possible so I can try to slowly poke this. Yep, I got this inhib. No, I don't need to overplay it. I can leave now. They all came topside, so it gives Garen a little freedom too. Now we see Drake's coming up. So one of the best ways to help your jungler is, if you are in the enemy jungle, clean it. Take as much as you can. If you're taking stuff from their jungler and their jungler can't take stuff from your jungler just snowballs even more. I'm taking the whole blue side. So that's a ton of CS Echoes lost out on, and buffs and XP. I'm doing it casually as I'm just passing. I know Drake's the next play, so I'm trying to get everything on this side. Get the blue, get the scuttle, get everything. Anything that gives us as much priority on the Drake as possible. So I'm trying not to overcommit. They do have a good all-in, so I'm just trying to make sure that I do just enough to keep their attention. So they're doing Drake. I could go join them, but I can see that they love focusing me, so I could just keep the focus here. Just farms, just keep it safe, keep the distance good. They'll stick around. So I see a play, I'm gonna join it. We lost that jungler, it's no biggie. So it's still worth for us. We got 3 of them, they got 2 of us. But if we can get this turret, it'll be even bigger. As always, first priority is to not die. Especially when you're so ahead, you are worth a lot of goals. You don't want to die at this point. But I'm going to continuously tax the enemy jungle. It took a few more seconds, but it hurt Echo a lot more. Echo was snowballing earlier, but he's falling further and further behind now. And it's just simple things like that. It's using your lead, making sure that you suffocate them with resources, making sure that every little thing they go for, you contest. So like every scuttle, every turret, everything. Just making sure they don't get anything on the map. So this is worth. I need a little bit more gold, so I'm just going to take this. So I know a few of them are dead. Garen's splitting bot. Nash is the best call here. We can't end. In the time that it's going to take him to spawn, we can't end. So, yeah, Nash is always the best call here. Yeah, they're not following, but eventually they'll see what I'm doing. Eventually they'll realize they can't end. But at least I've, already got the Nash started. You really don't want to get inhibs unless you can do something with it. You don't want to give them super minions unless you're going to do something with it. I think this is the last Drake for us, for Sol. So same thing. I'm trying to get here, trying to get as much priority as possible, trying to take anything I can. So I see blue is up, I'm gonna take it. I know where they are. They're showing on the map. So this, I didn't really want to fight this. It was a bit risky, but majority rule. If most of them are doing something, you gotta follow, or else you're just gonna lose out on things. It's gonna become a train wreck. So here, the 2 of them are going into 5 of them. I don't know why, but they are. So we have to now do something with it. So Heka goes in. I follow, and we try and make something of this. So what was really a dumb engage, we turned into something. Why? Just because we followed it. That's it. If we didn't follow it, they would have died on their own. It could have been coin flip. Instead, we just followed the fight, ended the game. So I ended this game, I think, 14-3 with 12 assists and a 7 goal shutdown. And yeah, it's literally like, just, you gotta play the game like you're playing chess, just slow and steady. Just think about your next move, think about each move, and that's it.